I will not. Good morning. Happy hump day, everybody. What's up, Sarah? First to the party. What's up?
Hey, everybody.
Hello. Gonna be a beautiful day outside, man. You went outside this morning yet?
Well, yeah, I drove here.
I know that, but like walk around. God, I was on the patio this morning. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, I heard that.
Got tea today.
Henry T. Buchanan.
I need to pull up his post.
I wrote some notes down.
In Husker Army because he wrote like a book.
Yeah. Be specific. Questions got to be specific. Okay. Oh, here it goes. I love doing this.
He's got 2 Facebook pages.
Well, let's ask him why he's so popular. He needs 2 Facebook pages today. Where's everybody this morning? Come on now, wake up.
Everyone's tired, man.
What up, Shane? Good morning, Ernesto.
I can't find it.
Boom, put that right there. Boop, 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 boop.
I can't.
Boop,
Okay,
boop.
Here it is. I found it. All right. Found T's monologue.
Let him just read it. T, can you recite what you wrote earlier last night?
I think it's gonna be a good interview. What's up, Greg?
What up, Greg?
What's up, Spicy Greg?
Wow, why you got to start today?
Because he starts every day, so it's my turn to start.
Eye for an eye.
Yeah.
Hey, I lost my daily wager.
Oh, good.
I lost. Bill lost. I want to make sure everybody knows that.
You're saying it, not me.
I know. I just want to get ahead of it.
Well,
I'm a loser.
I don't know. I didn't even see if mine.
I'm a loser.
I gotta see if mine hit.
I need a lot more water than I have with me right now.
Mine didn't hit either.
Loser.
Crap.
Good morning, Ryan 840. Bunch of losers.
Yeah, thanks.
Because he's wanting to be spicy. Mr. Will Spice. His poor name.
What? No.
Should have gone with the Avalanche. Yep, Shane hit it. He said your poor.
Shane, I think I might let you pick my daily wager tonight.
Not allowed. Don't bring him down with you. A lot of fun. Henry T. Buchanan. Hey, the first college football rankings came out, by the way.
Yeah, they
Those are
did.
out. Maybe we should talk about who Dana Holgorsen is today.
Oh, okay. What is that?
I don't know. It's supposed to be like an air raid sound.
That's not what I thought of.
Oh, boy.
It's not what I thought of.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Boom, 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 boom. Tell me what you gonna do, but it ain't nowhere to run. Judgment comes for you and judgment.
Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy hump day. Welcome in the morning hookup. Bill Hooks, Will Wilson. What's up, everybody?
Hey, Bill, how are you?
Middle of the week, baby. Again, favorite day of the week. Wednesday. Sun's out. I'll be out there today.
Yep.
Got to do my thing.
Probably one of the last rounds of the year.
Yeah, it's getting close, and you can feel it. You can feel it getting close. The fact that I'm wearing pants today. Hard pants.
Oh, you got hard pants on?
Yeah, I got pants on. Going to the golf course later. Hanging out.
I don't. I got loose pants
Loose
on.
pants, soft pants.
I got soft pants.
Hard and soft.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So what's up, man? How was your night? I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I think a lot of us are.
Stayed up way too late watching all the shenanigans, right? Just I nerd out on that stuff. Right? When they do interactive map stuff. Nerded out. 2:40 this morning going to bed.
I think
Stupid.
I think we should all have either election day or the day after
Yeah,
election
one of the
off.
two.
Like it should be. I think Nora had that idea, and I'm like, that's genius.
It's like the
Let's
Super
just-
Bowl day, right? You need to have the day. Is it Super Bowl? The day after the Super Bowl should be a holiday for everyone.
Why not?
For everyone.
I think everybody could get down with that.
Yeah. Today should be one of those days. Unless you went to bed early. I did not.
No, I didn't either.
I'm like 2 cups of coffee deep. Need another one. I've got a second bottle of water. No, I had a glass of water this morning. I got a bottle now. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, by the way, you said you were going to bring me in a Starbucks water
tomorrow.
The other day.
That's a Thursday, Friday thing.
Okay, I'm counting on you to bring that in.
Also, shout out, by the way, it's Marco's birthday. I know he's on tomorrow, but happy birthday, Marco D'Angelo. WagerTalk.com. He'll be on tomorrow. We'll be able to give him a little belated.
I have a feeling he's going to be eating wings tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot him a text later on, but it's early, still early for him.
Right.
Probably out late playing poker on birthday eve, I bet.
Why not?
Why not? Sounds like that's going to be coming up for us. The old Wars, the casino is expanding here soon.
Yeah, well, they already
table game. They already got construction on the way, right?
Well, no, I think they already started their expansion. Like, I'm pretty sure you can go out there and play blackjack right
what?
now. Yeah,
you guys, I'm out. Will, you got the show?
Yeah, I can handle it.
You got this for about an hour?
Yeah, I can do it.
Hey,
you head out there.
If I get there, I will report live.
I think they also have craps. I think they have one of those.
Who's
craps.
got the craps?
Craps, and then in roulette. I think that's going on right now.
I just saw something about the expanse. I'm like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah, I know you like blackjack.
I haven't stepped in the place yet, just based on the fact that I can't sit down and play cards.
Yeah, because some people just like cards.
So, boy, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Well, let's a little Husker talk. A lot of people have asked this question. I've heard people talking about it because obviously we talked about it a little bit yesterday. Dana Holgorsen, right, is now an analyst, right? Being reported he's an analyst, an offensive analyst. I had so many questions and so many concerns about not him coming, but like, is this a prequel of what could possibly be happening in the future? Right? Don't know. Maybe. Obviously, reports are that Dana wants to get back into coaching. Wants to be a head coach again, but he knows your path to success to doing that is back to be a coordinator at a high level Power 5 university. Okay, so he'll be a sought out commodity, but right now he's here hanging out in Nebraska, right? Who is Dana? Who is he? And if you haven't followed his career, like the air raid, that noise, I can't make it. I tried earlier, but that air raid offense, right? He spent time, his early stuff with Texas Tech under Mike Leach. Some stats if you want to throw it out there. So before he got there, that offense at Texas Tech, 325 yards a game. Okay. They jumped with his tenure there to 529 yards per game.
Wow.
Talk about slinging the football around. That's over a 200-yard jump. That put them like ranked 4th in the country when he was there.
Huh. I think it's a hell of a hire. I don't know how much a consultant can do. Do you have any idea?
I don't know. I think they could be on the field now.
Can they be on the field?
I think you have like 19 coaches now.
During a game, they could be down there?
In 2007, you look at stats. They went passing 470 yards a game passing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot, bro. Graham Harrell was their guy.
Graham Harrell.
Yeah.
I think
in Houston, it didn't change. It didn't go too far away when he was at Houston, by the way.
He had a really
They
good
scored
team.
100 points in a game.
Did they
When he was
actually?
at Houston.
Well, he had that really good team in 2021 where 12-2. He went undefeated in conference play. Yeah, he's had some good teams. Now, he's been out of coaching for what, a season now?
About a season. But he did some analytical stuff, I believe.
Oh, he did?
This year. He was down he was hanging out at TCU.
Oh, so this is his second job of the year.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know if that was like he was on like a retainer for him, like a little quick 90-day or whatever, couple month deal.
I'll tell you, I'll say this: if I'm Marcus Satterfield, I'm standing there pooping my pants because
man,
you had to go out and hire a totally different person that's not even on the coaching staff to pretty much save things. And if I'm Satterfield, I'm like, holy crap, I'm clearly not doing what I need to do.
I mean,
this doesn't happen very often.
No.
Where you go mid-season, we have 3 games left in the season.
I think
to
you're
hire a
feeling the same.
consultant.
I think you're feeling the same way, right? If the other report is correct with Tony White, not saying that I'm not saying these guys are getting fired, okay? But it feels weird because I know Coach Rule what he's doing. He's trying to figure out what. God, I'm not seeing something. Philosophical work like something's wrong. But he also brought Phil Snow, his DC at Temple, Baylor, Carolina, who they thought was going to retire, is now back.
Yeah, but
in the fold. I don't know what that means.
I don't think we could see that and think he's coming in to help the defense.
There might be just a second set of eyes for that one, and a more experienced individual.
Let's go to the phone.
Oh, man, this is crazy. I want to read some of these stats. Good morning. You're on the Morning Hookup.
Woo! I'm hammered still. Oh, I'm so happy. Guys, there's a great 60-minute documentary on the air raid thing with Leach and all those guys. So I'd recommend you watch it if you haven't seen it. Hey, Bill, I got a trivia question for you.
Okay.
What is Will's favorite section in High V?
I already know the answer, but is it the spice aisle?
It's a spice rack.
Spice rack.
I have
no doubt.
I have a pretty good spice rack in my kitchen. A lot of different spices.
Feel about racks, my friend.
Yeah, well, you got racks all over the place. But hey, Mason, man, he can take your job, and you could come here to Florida. I'm telling you, Jacksonville.
That's crazy.
I don't think that's going to happen.
And I want to tell you something else I've noticed. You wear your headset like a boss DJ, with one ear open, because you have to listen to the music to match up the beats. I bet you can listen to 2 different conversations at the same time and take it all in. That's a DJ trait. I bet you can do that.
No, I really can't. I'm terrible at that.
Oh, well, I can teach you on that. But Bryson DeChambeau, I stayed up late with him at Mar-a-Lago. Bill, he's your favorite. And there's a lot of Lane Kiffin talk here for Gainesville, because Jacksonville's a Gainesville town.
Yep.
So I don't want to get thoughts on that. But, hey, I love you guys. Y'all are the best. I can't wait to hear from Rhino Mike, the president of the Morning Hookup Fan Club. Woo!
Thanks, Ernesto. Appreciate it, brother. Bringing some energy right there. Just continue to look at this. I mean, I honestly all right, so 92-69 as a head coach, by the way. You mentioned a couple of those teams, Will. West Virginia, they had one of those years. I mean, he was 38-32 at West Virginia, 10-3. That Houston team in 2021 you mentioned, 12-2. That 12-2 team in 21. On that, you look at some of the records, like when he's at Oklahoma State, man, just wow, boy, total yards. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, I think, honestly, let's go back. We know they're like, oh, my God, we're going to throw the ball. I honestly, looking at some of the guys like a Graham Harrell, he had a Case Keenum. I'm not comparing Dylan to any of those guys. I think this is going to, if that's the true case of what we're going to be looking at or some version of it, I think it's going to be in the Dylan Raiola camp best interest. Quick throws, quick pass, get it out of your hands, spread it out, and then the running lanes open. Yeah, I can see this.
Yeah, I mean, I just wonder what it's going to be like after the season. Is this going to be somebody who sticks around? And then I also look at a guy like Glenn Thomas. Like, if he's coming in to do that, Bill, I mean, what's Glenn Thomas here to do?
Oh,
like,
he's the quarterback guy. He's
our guys not getting the job done?
Maybe not. I mean, that's the feeling, right? That's the feeling.
Hey, if it helps,
well,
I'm not complaining.
Here's the deal. Whenever you look at it, whether it be, I mean, I know we're talking about Nebraska and sports, but it'd be anything. If you're not developing what the talent you got to be better, to get better,
right?
You got to look.
Yeah.
There's got to be accountability, right? Don't you think? I mean, I look at it in my business. I talk about this to our baseball kids all the time. Man, develop. Yeah. Look ahead, right? The work, this and that. I mean, and again, I know Sat's going to he's gotten a bunch of crap, right, thrown on him. We got to look at that whole scheme. Why is our line not doing their job right now? Because if we don't fix the line too, that's the same thing, right? Why is Dylan digressed? Why can our receivers still not block on the edges? Right? It's the whole scheme. So Sat's going to take the heat, but I mean, McGuire, all that. Come on, man. We got to fix it. Got to be some accountability on this.
Some what?
Accountability. I did not get that. I was pretty passionate right there.
Yeah, you totally botched that word.
I did. We need an air raid sound.
I don't know what that would be. A tornado?
Yeah.
No, actually, no. You know what it'd be? It'd be a siren that you hear before bombs go off.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and by the way, if you see how he acts, and it'll be interesting to see what, again, I also don't want to say that I don't think this changes in like the next 2 weeks. I don't think you're going to see this automatically go into this air raid thing. Those aren't the plays we have, right?
No, God, no.
Okay. They're going to be some schematic look. Oh, there he is. That's Dana coming to town. Also, if you watch his mannerisms, this, I don't think this is a guy that's going to come back here and like I want to take back seat and build the culture.
I mean,
it's not your guy.
I think he's going to be pretty under the radar. Like, he's not going to come here and talk to the media.
No, but I don't think I think his I don't think he's sitting there with Sat going, "Hey, what do you think? We should look at this." No, it's probably a pretty intense stuff happening. I would say.
Yeah, but if I'm Sat, I'm kind of like protecting my own and not letting this guy come in and walk all over me.
He ain't got no damn choice, I don't think.
Yeah, but
you want to get better, you better poke up. And I'm not saying this is the Messiah coming to fix, but when your head guy brings in guys, you better get your ears to the ground if you want to stay around.
Yeah, it's putting the pressure on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It also shows you that coach. I think this shows you coach rules investment on what's happening and how important it is to get 6 wins.
God.
Right?
It's going to be tough.
It is going to be tough, but who knows? So, all right. That was fun.
Yeah, it was.
That was fun.
We got to figure out this daily wager later. What you and I need
I lost. I'm a loser.
We need a win. So Washington lost.
I went. No, they won. They just didn't win by 15.
Yeah.
I won 2 in a row, and then I lost one. I'm like, I'm winning. Yeah, they lost. They won by like 6 or 7 or something. I had to look up this morning because I was too locked in with all my TVs last night.
State volleyball going on today.
They are. Yeah, they're down this kicked off 9 o'clock down at PBA and at the Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going on.
That's exciting.
Schools are out, man. That's those are cool moments for kids. They're out of school. Like for instance, like my daughter, she's out. Pius is down there playing Norris right now. Out of school.
By the way, I think
Norris is gonna win that.
I just saw a tweet. Norris sweeps
yeah,
Pius.
Yeah. But they're out of school today, and she's using that as I'm not going down to watch. I'm sleeping.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, that's where my parents were different.
She was streaming it from her bed.
She was?
Yeah, we sent her the link. She's streaming it from her bed.
Gosh, she's a pro.
And then Stace was doing something, and she requested some Dunkin' Donut stuff this morning. So Stace picked her up. They're having breakfast this morning. That's how you do it.
Oh my God.
You get the day off. You get the day off.
I wish I grew up in your household.
You never got the day off of school for some state athletics?
No. I definitely never got breakfast in bed.
Yeah. Well, she had to come down and get it.
Oh, well.
I think. I don't know. Wife's in charge. It's her birthday. It's Stacey's birthday eve today.
Oh, that's exciting.
Tomorrow's her birthday.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. So, all right, let's take a break. He's in the green room. It's our guy, Husker legend, Henry T. Buchanan.
More next on the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
What up, T?
What's up, fellas? What's happening?
I'm tired, T.
Tired? What happened?
Oh, listen, man. I nerd out on a lot of things. I was up last night till 2:40 watching all this shenanigans in the country.
Oh, no. You know what? I chose not to watch it.
I just nerd out on all the analytics and how they get there.
Yeah.
It's so comprehensive.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's it's just so much chaos, when you're trying to follow it and based on what channel you're watching and what you read. What kills me though, fellas, is social media. I mean, last thing I'm going to worry about is who you're supporting. And people on Facebook are just out of control.
Oh, Facebook's
you got to. I took myself off social media yesterday. After I went and voted early, which by the way, we said it. If you don't vote, you can't tell me a damn thing. Don't talk.
But I mail in votes, so I voted a long time
That's
ago.
fine. But you voted. Like I think there were 81 million people they estimated this year that voted early, which is insane. Right? But I muted all that social media stuff yesterday.
Yeah, it's just, and it's kind of like, you're not convincing me one way or the other.
No.
It's showing me what type of person you are.
Yep.
Just to put it blankly, it's okay though. That's just, we expect this every 4 years, so get used to it. But my golf buddies, I refuse to talk about it. They try to bring it up all year, every day, and I'm like, oh man, we're not going to talk about that, brother.
No, there's just I always say there's a couple things that in the friendship lines you leave alone. It's religion and politics.
Yeah. Oh, I see Matthew just wrote. Yeah, I'm going to see. Matt's going to be out here next week.
Matthew, I'm calling Matthew.
You're going to see Matthew.
I love Matthew.
Yeah, he's coming out next week.
Speaking of Matthew,
Old Man Softball World Championship.
Speaking of Matthew, I pulled up your novel you posted in Husker Army. I'm gonna ask you about that. Yeah.
Why has he got to be a novel? Hey, I used to do that a couple years ago for that site for Husker Army, and people were so critical, man. Not on me personally, but just on the program. I mean, and I just said, man, I'm not going to continue writing this and listen to a lot of people, because people, like I said, I've always said this before, unless you play that sport and played at that level, you have no idea what's going on. I mean, we can have an opinion off of wins and losses, but nobody goes and play a game at any level to lose. And, and it's always going to be someone better, so we just got to get used to that. We can't get upset with the players, the coaching staff. I mean, they're preparing these kids, and the opponents are being prepared too, and they're talented. They're 5 stars, and we just gotta, support the program. And if it's blatantly like somebody done giving up on the program or a player's giving up, I call that out, but I just don't see that.
Yeah, you got to mute those people. Armchair quarterbacks.
Yeah, the know-it-alls.
Yep, they're there. I sit around a bunch of them at the at PBA.
You're one of them.
I'm not. I didn't play that. I could be critical like there, but I'm not like. Also, if you leave games early, shut up.
Well, even at the game.
Hold on.
Here we go. Okay. Welcome back in the morning hookup. Happy hump day. Bringing our guy, the legend, the Mac. I don't know what else to call him. It's Henry Thomas Buchanan.
Whoa.
Oh, ouch.
What up, T?
Is Dwayne rubbing off on you?
No.
I think so.
No. We had somebody ask that. Was it last week somebody asked what the T was for?
Yeah.
On the stream or something?
Yeah.
Just like say it.
It's all good. I still.
It's formal. It's formal because it's a very formal interview that we do every Wednesday.
Yeah, but most of my father's friends and our family call him Thomas. They call him by his middle name. And so I grew up listening to folks call my dad Thomas, and they used to just call me Hank Jr., June, and my family still calls me June and Junior, so it's funny when I take friends back home and they hear my family calling me June and Junior, they just looking like, who are they talking to? Oh, that'd be me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. T, well, let's kick it off, man. Let's talk a little Husker hoops. And I'm going to go, before we get into the game, I want to ask a little bit bigger picture stuff. Because obviously it was just a kickoff, right? Everybody's playing their first game, right?
Yes.
Out there in the country. Talk about first games that you played when you were there, because there's a few critical things about Nebraska after one game. What's it like as the athlete? Like your first game in Nebraska, you guys practiced a ton. You got to know each other when you walked in, but it's different when you step on the court as that starting 5 and trying to get used to the game flow.
Oh yeah, well, definitely. You've been playing against your teammates in practice and the scout team in practice. for months by this time, and you're just itching to go play against the opponent and your first real game. And my first year at Nebraska, it actually didn't go well for us. I think we played at Cal Irvine. And they had a guard by the name of Scotty Brooks.
You've told the story, yeah.
Scotty Brooks, baby.
Uh-huh.
That kind of had his way with us. I think he dropped 36 on us, and D Vic still throws that in my face, about that. And actually, that's when I wasn't a starter. I was coming off the bench then, and I'm not passing the buck, but I came off the bench. But the guy could play. He played several years, 10 plus years in the NBA, and been a successful head coach in the NBA. So. The guy was a player, and we played out there. And actually, one of our former Huskers, Chris Cresswell, which is now Chris Carmichael, that's where he transferred from Cal Irvine, I do believe. And great shooters, and Scotty Brooks was a great shooter. So that was the first year, and that was a wake up call for us. Mm-hmm. And then the second year, I can't pinpoint who our first game was. I do believe.
By the way, first of all, like in that game, offense wasn't the problem; it was defense. The damn thing was 109-101. We scored 101 and lost.
Jeez,
I'm looking up right now. It went off. You guys are
again. I came off the bench. No, just kidding.
The next year, by the way, let's see, that'd be 80. What's that? Let me make sure I got the right. 87. It didn't get off to the great start. You were out in Hawaii.
Oh, Villanova.
There you go.
Yes, that was the.
Here we go. I love this.
That was the game. They just came off a national championship a couple of years prior, and Rolly Massimino was the coach, and they had Doug West ended up being a first-round draft pick, and we're playing them there. And I remember the specific score. We were down 38-34 at halftime, and that was probably one of my best starts in a first half outside of the NIT the first year against Washington. I think it was against Washington. I think I had 9 points in like a minute, 2 threes and one, and didn't score the rest of the game that game, but ended up with 9 points. But that's the game I had. I think in the first half I was 4 for 5 from the 3-point line, and I think I had 16, and we're rolling. And EJ was finding me, and I was feeling pretty good. And that's the game that Coach Nee ran me down at half court, and it told me if I shot another 3 that he's going to bench me. And my first 3-pointer I shot, I was on the bench second half. And they ended up beating us, and then we lost to Baylor. And that next game was the game I shot 9 3-pointers. I went 4 for 9, and he told me if I ever shot 9 3-pointers in a game that I'll be benched for the rest of the year. So obviously
it worked here. That was you beat the host school Chaminade to cap that tournament off.
Yeah. We ended up
by 1. You beat them by 1.
But that's the year B.J. Armstrong and Iowa won it that year. And we had Illinois, the Fighting the Line, Illinois with Kendall Gill and all those guys, and Kenny Bardo, and they were loaded. Marcus Liberty, and they were pretty loaded. Danny Manning was there with the year that's the year they won national championship. They were there. Golly, that tournament, Baylor was there. Yeah. It was loaded. And I remember Iowa winning it with B.J. Armstrong, and I forgot their forward that was Roy Marble, I think, was the forward that was a pretty legit player. And they ended up winning it that year, the Maui Classic, and KU went on to win the national championship that year.
T, talk about, I feel like in basketball, it's really important to know what your teammates' strengths are. And I feel like it takes a while to learn that. Talk about that, because you're not going to figure out what everybody's good at in the first game. And once you figure out what other strengths are, that could really help you as a team.
Well, first of all, you just playing pickup ball. I can play pickup ball with you one time, and I got you pegged, and what your tendencies are, how you are defensively, how do you need the ball, how do you want the ball, to get your shot off and things of that sort. And then you go to practice, then you watch how people practice. And I remember I told you the story about, Joe Sealer, how great he was in practice and even in pickup ball. The guy was literally unstoppable, but it's still different than when that whistle blows and you playing in front of 14, 15,000 strong, and so you start finding out how people are in different areas of basketball. You got your sandlot, you got your pickup games, you got your practice, and then you have your real games, and you really learn strengths and weaknesses of everyone. And as a point guard, it was our job to learn everybody's position. So I knew where to give D Vic the ball and where he liked it, or Bernard Day, or giving Brian Carr or EJ the ball in rhythm, to get their shot off, or Bill Jackman, the whole works. I remember Newbie came off the bench our junior year, and that baseline jumper was he never missed. So you pick up on people and how they practice and then how they played in games, which is always different. Because I was a better gamer than I was a practice player. So I was the polar opposite of Joe Sealer. So with that in mind, you learn each other's, and I was fortunate enough to play with the best point guard in the history of Nebraska. That would be Brian Carr, and then also EJ, which one of the stronger swing men. I mean, he could play point, he could play two, and him and I were interchangeable, just like Brian Carr and I was, and we were fortunate enough to play with D Vic and Bernard Day, and even Bill Jackman was versatile. Newbie, who went on to play in the NFL, was versatile. People don't realize how solid and how good we were, because it was Danny Neef's first two teams. And he had some of Mo Iba's players, and plus the recruits that he brought in with myself and Jeff Reckaway and D Vic. And, Richard Van Pogies came that year as well. And then our second year, of course, Bo Reese set out, and then we bring in a 7-2 guy and Rich Keene and Clifford Scales, and it went on, and Danny was a successful coach, and he learned each year, and he got better as a coach, and the teams he brought better and better talent. I still say our first year team can compete with any team that's been in Nebraska, because Brian Carr was special, and Bernard Day and D Vic and Anthony Bayless and Keith Newbert. We were a little different. We were physical and we could shoot it, and we ran. So I know that's a long answer for you, but I love talking Husker hoops.
I love it. Speaking of Husker legend, Henry T. Buchanan, you like, it's almost like you knew what I wanted to talk about, and it was physicality, right? In this team, the game the other night, obviously a very different opponent we played that shot 41 threes of their 62 shots, but focusing on a couple guys, that's something that I think we learned, and you've already seen. At point guard, we're physical and we're really good with.
Yes, I like them both. I like Raleigh and I love Ulyss. I love them both, and their intensity on defense. We had 9 steals in that game, fellas, and and I'm not saying that was the key. I just think that the key was the physicality. I mean,
well, and also to mention one other name, Worcester. By the way, Worcester he drew 9 fouls in the game. By the way, also. When Morgan got in the game, that big guy, Andrew Morgan,
I didn't know he played like.
When he found space, he got space.
I did not see that in practice. I've seen 4 or 5 practices, and I did not see that. And because they weren't scrimmaging a lot, and they were just going through drills and things of that sort. I was impressed with him. I was impressed with him. We are loaded as far as depth. I mean, we're interchangeable. We got 2 point guards. We got 2 guards. We got 2 3 men, 2 4, and 2 5s, and some extras. And but this team was a tough matchup. They reminded me they were a smaller version of Texas A&M, where they shot a lot of threes. They were very athletic, and they lived and died by the three. And most teams, I think the only successful team I ever seen do that was probably Loyola Marymount back in the day with Hank Gathers.
Man, Gathers was so good.
Yes, where they were firing threes and they were fun to watch. And he took them to the NCAA tournament and won a few games. And, but that's the only team that I've ever seen that shot that many threes that was successful and was winning games and went that far in the tournament. But But that team could play. I mean, they weren't shabby. The guards were solid. They were solid at every position. They just wasn't physical enough, and I think our physicality finally wore on them.
And it's going to take a few games for some guys to get fully conditioned. Maybe you saw a few guys that didn't quite look, in tune, you could say. But coming up in this next game, what do you want to see a little different of?
Well, I just wanted to first of all cut down on the turnovers. I do believe we were 13 assists, 11 turnovers. No, I think we had 11 assists versus 13 turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that's not good. We need to. I mean, we definitely. I've been talking about this for the last couple of years. We got to keep turnovers under 10, and it'd be nice to get 2 to 1. So I would like to see a little bit more on the assist side. But I know the way we play with the flow of the game, and we're getting a lot on the breaks, and we got a lot of players that has the ability to go one-on-one. Bryce is an NBA player. No matter how you slice it, and it looks like he's ready to go to the next level. But I would say this: I would like to see the assists go up and the turnovers go down. I think we out-rebounded them by, 10 or so. So that wasn't too bad. But free throw shooting, I know we shot 71%, but I'd like to see that in the 80s. I thought we could have did a better job at the line as well. But I just think he's still got a couple games. Bethune, Cookman, I see that they lost last night to Texas Tech by about 30. I don't know what Texas Tech have. And so we'll get a chance. And I think we'll get a chance to see how Creighton plays against Rio Grande Valley. They're playing them, I think, tonight. Yeah, tonight. So we'll get a chance to see. I'm going to try to watch that game as well, just to see what Creighton looks like, because Creighton's coming up here pretty quick. Because we can look ahead, but the team, they got to look for the next game. We can look ahead as fans and things of that sort. So I'm looking ahead and scouting for them. And but I tell you what, this team, they'll continue with the same rotation. And Braxton, you can tell he's still not fully conditioned, because I think when I was in town, I think he had tweaked his foot or ankle or something like that. And so once he gets in shape, but he's going to be a presence, especially when we go against the big kid for Creighton. Mm-hmm. But Coach Hoiberg, when I texted him after the game, he just talked about that was a high anxiety game for him. And I said, yes, the first game. And that team you were playing with, they were quick and athletic, and they could shoot it, that's the team that similar to the team we struggled against in the NCAA tournament with Texas A&M, except they were not as big as Texas A&M. And but he got the first game under his belt, and we'll see what happens on Saturday. And then with Creighton coming up, then we'll see where we, how we look. And I'm going to watch Rutgers tonight, too. I think they play tonight. See how they look. And I think another Big Ten team, Indiana, I think Indiana, someone else plays tonight. So I'm going to be busy watching games tonight and seeing how we match up, because I already know what we have. So it'll be interesting to see what these other teams have as well.
There's 3 of them playing. Rutgers, Indiana, and Minnesota all play tonight.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I missed Minnesota. I'll be watching that, too. I'll watch all Big Ten games. And just to see it, I watched Ohio State the other day, like I said, and when they beat Texas, and they're still kind of young. They have a really different team. They still got the point guard, but it looks like everybody else is almost new for them, first-year players.
T, I want to ask you, because you've been around and you watch all this stuff, and what are you hoping, or that the novice Nebraska fan can get out of the identity? What will be the identity of Nebraska basketball this year? If you're just in the stands going, because there's a lot of time you sit in the stands and go, I don't know the hell we are. What are we doing? But when you look at this team, who's this team going to be when you see them play?
They're going to be a direct reflection of Coach Hoiberg and calmness. If you watch this team, it seems like they never get out of control. They're never playing too fast. They're going to be a calm team, and they're going to cut down on the mistakes, and they are going to be a team that's going to be fun to watch, sharing the ball, and they are very skilled. This is probably going to be one of the most skilled teams that we've had in a lot of years, and they're going to be just like a machine. And what's great about this team, we have size, we have athletic ability, and we have shooting, and we have defenders. So we don't have a lot of weaknesses other than these that they haven't played a lot together, especially in games. So they're going to see a team that's going to be fun to watch, and it's not going to be one of those teams where we should have got that win. Either we're going to win or the team is just going to be better, just going to be a better team. And until I see that, he's going to win a lot of games, and I still say we're going to finish in the top 5. So get ready for that. And we're going to the tournament. We're going to win our first game.
T, did you see anything different in terms of what offense we were running compared to last season?
No. It's the same offense, except we got Bryce playing in his right position. He got him playing off the ball, and with Raleigh and Ulis handling the ball, bringing it up. Because you remember last year he had to bring the ball up, he had to initiate the offense, he had to do the shooting, he had to guard and he had to do too much. Now he can just play his natural position, and I think that's going to be beneficial for the team. But Gary, let's talk about Gary a little bit. I think Gary, you can tell Gary has kind of took the back seat a little bit and allowing these new players to come in and adjust, and he's taking what they're giving, and that's a sign of a leader. And I just didn't want to miss that, and because I watched him and I was like, Gary's playing a different role. But when we needed a rebound, he was the monster that went and got it. If we needed a big bucket, he got it. Like I said, I'd like to see Raleigh shoot a little bit more for the perimeter. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to the bucket like that in the Big Ten, like he did on this team. But maybe so. The guy is, you can't teach him that because he knows the game and he's very physical. And Ulis has played in the Big Ten, so he's accustomed to the Big Ten. And this team is going to be a great team to watch, and I think the fans should prepare for a really good season. And if it's not, I'll be stunned. And but I know Fred is feeling it, Coach. I can tell with the text that he's excited about this year. But then again, you still got to always think about what if it doesn't go the way you want it to go. And but me, I'm always looking at the glass half full. So I'm very confident that this, and unless some injuries, and knock on wood, I even had to bring that up, come to some key players, this team is only going to get better. And when that rotation gets down before the conference play, around 7 to 8 players, they can't go to 7. They're going to have to go 8 to 9. I think it's going to be fun to watch. And like I said, I can't wait. I can't wait to just see what the Big Ten looks like and how we're going to match up, and how this year is going to go for our Huskers, and even the women's.
Yep.
I mean, we don't talk about them enough,
we will this year, being ranked. We'll get on. Yeah,
23, the 23rd. Yep. I think we ranked 23rd or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So as a matter of fact, man, we might have to get Amy Williams on the show sometime.
Woo! Okay, I'm in.
No, seriously.
I'm in for sure.
Yeah,
I'll
give her a call or a text or something.
Perfect. I'll just talk to Lloyd. I'll see him occasionally on the old links.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. And but no, I got her phone number.
Perfect.
So I'll give her a text and just see, as the season's starting to unfold and see what they do. I'll give her a text and just see if she wouldn't mind coming talking Husker hoops.
Well, there's 3 things that you can guarantee in life when you're hanging around Henry T. Buchanan. 1, he'll be in red or some Husker gear. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, man, bring the positivity when things look bleak and down. Man, just listen to your voice. You bring it to us. 3, on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, at some point, there's a picture coming from Bill that you're at Clancy's or an hotel in Scottsdale.
And that's exact every week. And that was our group. I think
it's so good.
For the game, we had like 16, 17 people there. And then we got a routine. We started Clancy's or we go to Whiskey Row, which is according to which Husker site, watch site that we go to. Then there's a couple other spots in the Old Town that we go to. It's called Boondocks or Hot Chicks. And we go check those out, and that's how the day goes. It's like a routine, and our group sticks together, and then we connect with another group of guys that's always at Whiskey Row, and their group joins us at Boondocks or Hot Chicks. It's pretty cool, and we were win, lose, or draw. We're there, and I know there were some Ohio State fans. We've been around them. Indiana after we lost, we're around them. We talked to them, and great game. You got us, and good luck rest of the season. And I don't mind telling those Indiana fans that's where I'm from, but I'm a Husker now.
That's awesome. Well, T, man, always a pleasure, my friend, and I'm sure we'll be chatting and texting. There's another game coming up this weekend, so brother, take care of yourself, man.
Hey, man, thanks for having me. Y'all have a good one, man, and stay positive, man, and life is good.
Yes, it is. Thanks, T. Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah,
Henry T. Buchanan right there, the legend, the Mac, man, always bringing it on the morning hookup. So let's take a break, come back, we'll do some stories we missed, and look at the first college football rankings.
You're listening to the Morning Hookup with Bill Hooks and Will Wilson. More coming up.
Might have to bring that up. That's a great idea. Your sister agrees with us, with T as well.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Amy Williams on the show would be sick.
Yeah, I think that'd be a fun conversation.
So nice. She is very nice. We've seen her out at the club a couple times.
Ooh.
Well, I'm just saying they live on the golf course.
Bill Hooks.
That's not what I said. Golly. I'm not going to get spicy. You're not going to bring me into the spicy world.
I will one of these days.
No, you won't.
I will one of these days.
College football rankings are out. Oh, we got to do a daily wager. I got to find one.
Shane, by the way, I don't like betting unders, so you'll have to find me a different one. And Ernesto, no, this is not a Creighton sweatshirt. This is a, an Animal House reference.
Any NBA out? The NBA's back tonight.
I got an NBA story.
I'm looking for a daily. It's a football game, right? It's a college game.
Maction was Maction last night.
Well, there's Maction tonight, too. Was it last night?
There was a game last night.
There's a Maction tonight. Ohio versus Kent State and Northern Illinois versus Western Michigan. I don't know. This would be funny. I'm just going to pick this for fun just because. Wager. Spread is 35. Boy, for UConn, my goodness. Wow.
By the way, did you know?
Nope.
Nebraska basketball has beat Dan Hurley
At Arizona State?
Or Bob Hurley?
Bob Hurley. Yeah, Arizona State, right? Where?
Nebraska. Bob Hurley coached a game in PBA, and Nebraska won it.
What?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Remember, he coached for Rhode Island?
URI, as they would call it. You are high. That's, yeah.
Yeah.
Rome, I'll see you in a little bit, brother, by the way. And that's what I wrote down. That's what I wrote down.
Celtics minus.
Hey, look. Look at it. It's right here.
Wait a minute, Shane. You want me to take UConn minus 35?
Minus 35? Wow, I know. I was like, that's laying.
Oh, it's a lot of points. But I can't keep shoving you off. I'll do it, Shane, for you.
Is that a good thing? Yeah, I like that play. It was either that play in the NBA or I was going to pick some random hockey. I was going to pick the Vegas Knights at Edmonton plus money.
I don't even see UConn's game on this.
It's probably not even on there. Or who they? Let me look.
It's probably minus 110.
I'd guess. Let me
I
look.
see it here.
You found
Minus
it?
110, yeah.
Just play the money line. I'm kidding. Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back in the morning hookup. Happy hump day. Special thanks to Henry T. Buchanan. Thanks for hanging out with us. Beautiful day out there. Will, college football rankings are out, brother. The first view, the first look. Did you have a chance to take a peek at it?
A little bit, yeah.
There's some interesting stuff in there. Now it's weird because the rankings are there, but then they've got the projected bracket. Okay, because there's some method to the madness on how these teams get put out there.
Right.
Obviously, the top 4, right, get the bye. Go right now: Oregon, Ohio State, Georgia, Miami, Texas, Penn State, Tennessee, blah blah. Right. You always look at that top 12. You got Alabama just snuck into that thing at 11. Boise at 12, sitting in there.
So
BYU and all that. So, yeah, it's interesting.
So, if you win your conference championship, you're automatically
the top 4 seeds must be conference champions. So right now, the way it sits right now, if this holds, Oregon, Georgia, Miami, BYU, they'd be the bye teams because Ohio State is number 2 ranked, but you have to be a conference champion.
I don't know how I feel about that, but I understand why that's it. You got to have a reason to have the bye. You know what I mean?
That's the reason.
Right, but
you win those 4
for instance,
contests.
I have a problem with BYU having a bye when you see teams like Indiana at 9 or Texas at 6. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now it could all change, right? You just got to win.
I don't think BYU is better than Texas. I think Indiana would beat BYU. Ohio State, I don't know, but but I understand it.
SEC, by the way, and the Big Ten each had 4 teams in the top 12. So that's 8 coming out of those 2 Power 5s. And undefeated BYU is the lone Big 12 program in the top 12. Okay.
Yeah.
They're the only ones sitting there. Miami, the only ACC team. Now, there are teams on the outside looking in when you look at that next bunch. SMU at 13, A&M at 14, LSU at 15, and then you keep going down and down.
Huh. Wow.
So much is going to change.
Notre Dame, of course, is in there. Does that really make sense?
No, that's that independence.
I think Notre Dame is going to get the best draw every single season.
Yeah.
Because to me, they shouldn't even be in the top 15.
Yeah, now
let's not forget they lost to Northern Illinois at home. That should be a loss where you're not even sniffing this thing.
Now, right now, I'm looking at college football futures. Let's look at the futures here real quick. So the rankings come out. Okay, they are what they are. These are updated national championship odds.
Okay.
What if I told you Ohio State is the betting favorite right now?
Really?
Ohio State. Ohio State. Go ahead.
Well, just look at the road. I mean, if this stands, this bracket right now, they'd have to beat Boise State. Okay, probably will.
Okay.
They have to beat BYU, which probably will happen. And let's say Indiana or Tennessee beats Oregon. They have an easy road.
Yep. They got Georgia at 2.
Okay.
So that's close. They got here's your top 5. Ohio State, Georgia, Oregon, Texas, Miami. Those are the 5. Top 5 betting odds right now to win the national championship after the first ranking.
What's Indiana's?
They're coming off the board about plus 3,000.
Ooh.
They're right after Notre Dame and right before LSU.
That right there is probably my value bet.
That's a good value right in there.
That's my value bet. Because what have we seen from them that shows that they couldn't win?
Yeah, nothing.
I mean, they haven't really beat a big team.
Yep. And again, I think you're the same way. Look at the roads that are, that are before these teams. Obviously, that's a big breakdown to get where they got to get to the rest of the way out,
Yeah.
What are their 3 or 4 remaining games they got?
And it's the first one. A lot can change, but it's interesting to see, the foundation.
And you got to remember also winning your conference is different in the Big Ten this year.
Yeah, right.
There's no divisions. It's just the top 2 go, on from there.
Let's get to the daily wager.
Let's rock it. I already gave mine away. I lost last night. I had Washington minus 15, I believe. They won by 6. So that was not a cover on the Washington side.
My soccer bet did not hit, so we'll just move on. Same totals. You're up 38. I'm up 29.
So we're both losers.
I'm going to go with, I said Shane's going to pick my bet today. I'm going to go with the UConn bet, Shane. They're a good team. I'll go UConn minus 35.5.
Good for you.
Hey, it's on the board.
Why don't you just, I'm going to go with what I had. It's Celtics. Celtics minus 6 tonight. Sorry, I forgot who they're playing. I just wrote down Celtics minus 6.
I take it that's minus 110.
Yeah. Okay. They're playing Golden State. 6-1. Golden State 7-1. Boston. Boston's at home. I love Boston. They're playing so good.
There's a lot of, Cleveland is still undefeated. There was another undefeated team in there somewhere.
I'm looking right now. Cleveland undefeated right now. The one in the East, the big story in the East right now is when you scroll all the way down to number 14 and 15 right now. Obviously, Embiid out, but they are 1-5 in Philly. Milwaukee, 1-6.
We called the Sixers.
Yep.
We were not believing in that. Let's get to stories we missed.
Let's go.
The stories we miss. The Morning Hookup.
Shohei Ohtani's getting shoulder surgery.
Yep. Toward labrum, I think.
So is he? That's his non-throwing shoulder.
Non-throwing, yeah. He's fine. He's on track to be back for the spring training and stuff.
Well, on track to be back. And then, are we ever going to see him pitch again?
I think he should never pitch again. That's just my personal opinion, but he's making a lot of money. They're going to want him to pitch.
That's true.
Now, could he be find a closer type role? So I don't know, but it's tough. It's tough when you're paying a guy so much money and he only does one thing. You
mentioned it already, but Joel Embiid has been suspended 3 games.
Yeah,
for shoving a Philadelphia columnist.
Can't do that.
The league announced the incident occurred in the locker room after the game on Saturday. The altercation stemmed from a column published in October by the Inquirer. There
you go.
That column, written by the author, criticized Embiid for missing games, but mentioned both Embiid's brother Arthur, who died in a 2014 car accident, and Embiid's youngest son, who shares Arthur's name. The story has since been edited to remove mentions of either relative. So Embiid didn't like the story the guy published. They saw him in the locker room, and he shoved the guy. And he's suspended 3 games. I saw somebody said on Twitter, if you want to discipline the guy, make him play 3 in a row.
Oh, wow. Back to back, at least, for sure.
Because he said he's not playing back-to-backs, right? That's what he said.
Yep, not playing. NFL trade deadline was kind of a dud.
Yeah.
Lattimore gets moved in a move out of the Saints. Nothing really to talk about, I guess. Teams got better. Some teams sat on their hands.
Lions got better.
Yep. Cowboys got worse. Or maybe they got better with Cooper Rush at quarterback this week because it sounds like Dak to the IR. IR, whatever you want to call it. So good for them. Take them off the TV. Tomorrow, Marco D'Angelo, wagertalk.com will be back picking some more winners. You guys have a great hump day. Catch you on a Thursday.